sport is a lot about predicting the movement and being at the right place at the right time. Instead of going there when the opportunity arises, you need to see it coming before it actually does. And No-Tail, both with Meepo yesterday and with Disruptor today, was just at the right place at the right time in all the games. So, really impressive. I don't think Na'Vi are going to be too phased by it, though. They're pretty much used to having these kind of series, and being behind by a game doesn't seem to generally stress them out too much. So I think we're going to see a completely fresh Na'Vi for this game. I think we're going to see some very different heroes. Of course, it is Captain's Draft, so the pool is different. There is no Disruptor and no Meepo, so now No-Tail is going to have to do it with another hero, but there's definitely a lot of choices.
Skywrath Mage, Clockwork. Do it forever.
Oh yeah, there is the Sky Clock combo. There's no Timbersaw though.
That's true.
No Clock plus Timber.
True.
Na'Vi are going to ban out the Abaddon. This is one of the heroes Fnatic have really liked playing in this tournament.
Everybody's played that hero. Come on now. Every single team loves this.
He's good enough as it is, but in the Captain's Draft mode, when the lineups are different, the fact that you can remove some sort of stun or slow is just incredibly useful when the hero pools are a little bit tweaked.
Yeah.
So Na'Vi not interested in giving Fnatic that away as a first pick. Fnatic banning Visage against Kuroki, I would have done the same. And then for the second ban, I would be a little bit less sure what to do here, because there are obviously a lot of great heroes in the pool. I don't think you need to worry too much. It's more about what approach you want to take to the game overall. And they're going to ban their own Lifestealer, actually, which I would have not expected Fnatic to do, but of course both Vods and Era, they're probably the two best Lifestealers in the West, if not in the world. They're incredibly good at that hero, both of them, and Fnatic are going to remove it and get Shadow Shaman. Na'Vi banned out the Ancient Apparition. Not too big of a surprise, it's really a top tier pick right now, and Fnatic had the first one.
Let's hope for Bloodseeker, who we talked about hasn't been picked this entire tournament, along with Troll was in that, right? Of course, it seems like Troll is available in every single pool, and he is ignored every single time. Clockwork and he like that, but Na'Vi's the one to take it.
Are you serious?
That was half right. That was half right.
Wow. Okay.
It's a dirty combination, man. It's so sick.
Picking those two first right after you've called it, you're a prodigy. You're sick.
What can I say? Well, now they want to go for more team fight, I think, on top of that. So I would love to see Kunkka. I mean, that's even more setup. Like think of a Cogs into a boat torrent along with Skywrath Mage's skills. That is dirty, to say the least.
That's true. And while we're at it, you know, Vacuum into Chronosphere and Ghost Ship and Requiem of Souls is also really good when you pull it off.
Darkseer's in this?
No,
Okay.
My point is, what sounds really good on paper isn't that good if you don't get to execute it. So
dude,
these kind of dream combos,
off.
of course, don't really happen. But I want to give you one thing. Pulling off that combo is actually not so unlikely, and the reason is they've got two ways of initiating it. It doesn't have to be Clockwork. Kunkka can also open it with the X, and the combination is actually really easy to pull off in comparison to many other of these, you know, dream combos like Glimpse into Arrow or X-Mark into Arrow or, you know, Vacuum into 3-man stuns and stuff like that. This combo is, like, pretty easy to pull off, so I could totally see Na'Vi going for that. I think that's a good point. Question is if it fits their overall plans for the game, as we're going to see Fnatic get Alchemist and Bounty. They used a lot of time for this as well, so if Na'Vi are quick on the button here, they might pressure Fnatic a little bit on the time account.
Yeah. OD still available for that mid lane, which go back maybe 2 months, and that would be unbelievable to see that that's available. Of course, TA is also there for Dendi if he chooses to do so. That's one of his favorite solos, for sure. Have we seen Clinks this turn? I guess we have. We must have, at least one. Didn't make too much of an impression on me, though, apparently. I guess Quap is also available, so... In fact, Quap is actually pretty decent against TA, so maybe TA not the best choice. Perhaps he picked that last, just to see if Quap is picked by Fnatic. But although it's not going to happen, I'm still hoping for that Bloodseeker or Troll. But it doesn't... I mean, in this game, maybe not the best.
10 seconds.
I believe Rupture is pure damage, right?
Yep. No, it's HP loss. It goes through BKB.
Oh, that's true. Okay. What did I say? Kunkka? Come on, Synderen.
Okay, dude, seriously, I'm just gonna let you predict the draft from now on. I'm usually good at this. You're just completely rolling with this. Okay, what are Fnatic's last two picks? You've got 10 seconds.
Well, no, I'm choosing Na'Vi's heroes.
Come on, what's Fnatic getting? You're on a roll here.
10
Okay.
seconds.
I'm gonna say Quap because they're expecting TA from Dendi.
5 seconds.
Okay, that was close. It was Ursa. Okay, I was gonna say.
You were absolutely right.
Thank you.
So,
I am
are
a
both
prodigy indeed.
a little bit into sticking the claws deep, I guess.
Well, they do have a lot of teamfight potential for Na'Vi with that Death Prophet. I was gonna mention it doesn't really synergize that well because the ultimate is physical damage, as far as synergizing well with Ancient Steel, which is the main skill that I'm looking at here. But either way, they still have tons of team fight, so it should be fun to watch. Puppy's playing the Sven, so that's going to be a support Sven, which I was hoping to see Chavos, but looking at the lineup, obviously that's not really going to be the case. You're not going to have a support Death Prophet or Clockwork or anything like that, so only so many cores you can have in the lineup, which is unfortunate, you know? You can only love to see a 5-core lineup.
Look
at how many melee. 3 melee
so
for
many
Fnatic,
melee
and
in this
Morphling
game,
is
exactly.
basically melee. I mean, come on.
There are a couple of things that are interesting.
5 seconds.
The troll, like you said,
remaining.
this is kind of a tangent and not directly connected with this game, but more in general while they're picking anyway. The fact that Troll hasn't been picked a single time is one thing, but why did he fall out of the meta? He got nerfed a little bit. He used to be almost a first pick, and then everyone just gave up on the hero completely. It's just vanished.
We got Terminator again.
I can't tell you why. Oh, we do? Oh yeah, it's the Terminator. You'll be back.
His sword is awesome.
Can you do a good Arnold impression?
Awesome sword. That's about all I can do.
You'll be back.
Excellent job, Cinderin. I have to mention one thing.
We're both mediocre.
Before we go over the lineups and everything in between. I don't know why, but the prize pool is not showing up on my screen. It didn't show up last game either. But of course, it started at $20,000 and it is above 40k. I haven't actually looked at it recently, but it can't be that much higher than 40k, which means we've doubled the prize pool thanks to your guys' contributions. So huge thanks to everybody that's bought a ticket. And if not, thanks for watching either way. This has been a blast of a tournament. Of course, this is the grand finals, game 2, best of 5 between Fnatic and Na'Vi. Let's go over the lineup, shall we? Dendi playing Death Prophet with a bunch of skulls. She looks absolutely decrepit. Puppy playing the Sven, as we talked about. Kuroki on the Skywrath Mage, which is a combo. We're gonna call it the combo hero of choice for Suns fan. Chavost playing the Terminator Kunkka, and last but not least, Funnick on the offlane Clockwork. Which, have you noticed his? What was it, like 2 weeks ago? He got a little upgrade in the skin department on Clockwork. Very noticeable for me, as he picks up the DD.
Oh, really? I don't even think I noticed that. Then again,
really?
Well,
it's just
yeah,
the
I can
colors
see it
just
now
look
that
more
you pointed out
vibrant.
that he
Oh, okay.
looks a little more polished in a way. Oh, that's good. That hero needed some love. There's still a couple of heroes that still need some more of that. But all right, I'll introduce Fnatic really quickly because they're already on the hunt. It's going to be Fly and No Tail on Shadow Shaman and Alchemist heading in toward the mid. Hani will be playing Ursa there against Dendi.
Oh
of course.
boy.
Gonna wait.
Oh boy. Dendi's gonna take a
we go.
concoction. He's gonna go off. No Tail. Stuns himself. Very
He was so
anticlimactic.
good in the last game that now he's just showing off that he is human in the beginning.
Yeah, I guess so.
He just wants to prove that.
You know who's not human is Terminator Kunkka.
So when is it that bug disappears? Is when he dies the first time, right? It's because he has... Yeah, it's really funny though. So the last heroes we have, of course, we've got Era on the Morphling in the easy lane, and then finally in the bottom lane we've got Trixie on the Bounty. I want to put a little bit of an emphasis on this top lane because what's interesting about this is Clockwork off lane generally struggles, of course, against ranged heroes with good support. But he's playing against a short range hero, and because of that it's very easy for him to hit these cogs when Era is going to harass or get last hits. So if Funnick plays this well, he can keep Era out of mana for waveform at pretty much all times, and that's going to allow him to get even more experience because then Fnatic don't have the kill potential. Alchemist and Shadow Shaman together cannot do enough damage without a waveform. And you see right now, Era is running around with 100 mana. I don't think he used a spell yet. He got cogged twice, or maybe even 3 times. Twice probably by Funnick. If he gets cogged again, he's just completely out of it.
That's a hero that's desperate for mana. Dendi, he's gonna find again. No Tail's gonna stun himself. So, and didn't have a smoke that time, so he was very visible, even without any wards for Na'Vi in that top rune area. So that's 2 failed ganks for No Tail after his amazing game. In fact, his amazing last 2 games. Trixie. Apparently, Na'Vi's just gonna push the crap out of this tower, and of course you kind of have to when you have Tidebringer on your Terminator Kunkka with the Shadow Blade, which he better pick up this game, or else there's no point in having that freaking item out. Stormbolt, it's gonna get disjointed. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. The fact that you can disjoint that now, along with many other things, which makes Sven a lot less desirable in a lot of teams' eyes, and I think that's the main reason for it. Would you agree with that?
I agree with that completely. I think that was a nerf that... I understand you do it for the sake of making it more intuitive the way spells work, but I think that nerf to Sven was really big, and even though he got buffed on Warcry, and I think Great Cleave got a little buff as well, I still feel like Stormhammer is such a big part of that hero, and the fact that that you can now disjoint it was probably a bigger nerf to the hero than the buffs were improving him. getting a lot of experience down here, but Na'Vi are doing a good job at pushing, of course, here with the 3 heroes, so at least they're getting that. Whereas in the top lane, fnatic is actually getting good experience too, so I would say advantage Na'Vi by a little bit here in this game, where I would say the same 500 gold. As in mid again. No tail.
Bear is so hungry! He's gonna get the aftershock off. Don't think this is gonna be enough for the kill though, although he might run into Trixie. No, not. Actually, Honey's going so deep. This is going to be a mistake. He's going to take a Stormbolt to the face. There's absolutely no mana to boot. No Tail might actually finally get a concoction off on somebody, and it does so on Kuroki, who might be in a little bit of trouble here. Right clicks are going to be enough as Trixie takes it. No Tail will fall very shortly thereafter, but of course the first blood going Fnatic's way. So surprisingly in their favor, despite that going horribly to start off that gank.
It's just the reason Hani can go this aggressively and have such confidence. This hero, Ursa's base stats are insanely good. This hero's got 6 armor on level 4, he's got 360 move speed with boots, and then he had a stout shield, and he has great strength and strength growth as well. So just innately in the early game, this hero is very hard to bring down. Because of that, you can go for crazy moves like that. If that was another hero, he would have probably died to heroes. Speaking
Trixie
of which,
yeah,
he's probably...
No mana for the Stormbolt though, so
here.
I don't think they're gonna get one more Arcane Bolt. That's not gonna do a ton of damage though. And he gets his bottle just in time, and we'll get away just fine. Hani picks up a haste. Can they actually reinitiate onto here?
Oh boy, Na'Vi are cornered.
Puppy and Kuroki gonna get targeted by the tower, but alas, there is an X marks and a torrent just in case.
The bear.
Bear is very hungry for some more. He's gonna get X marked, not enough to get Kuroki, but Kuroki cannot get out of this. No tangos or Quelling Blade. I don't know why you would pick up a Of course, this is a very different Alchemist than we saw last game, who was farming. I believe Arrow was playing it. Got the Grivil's Greed, which more often than not is not picked up anymore, because you don't really see a farming Alchemist very often. He played a little bit of utility, but in the end, obviously he's going to hit a lot harder once he picks up a lot of different kind of items. Mid lane would have a little bit of a grouping up from Na'Vi, but the regen, who picked that up? It was Kuroki.
Lost in trouble.
Gonna find Trixie and Chavost. Do they have vision? Oh, they do. Was there a dust or something? A Chavost? Running away.
Is
his health pot.
This? Wow.
Shoryuken was on cooldown.
He used it already, yeah. They used their whole combo. I thought they were gonna get close there, but okay, he has a lot of health. He has 1,000 health plus a stout shield, so a little unlikely. And that's gonna be an expensive investment here for Fnatic, as Na'Vi are getting a mid-tier 1 for it. The question is, can they get Deny?
Oh, Stormbolt's gonna hit Hani. Deny's not gonna go the way of Fnatic. And look at Dendi's ultimate doing absolute work. Not enough to kill Hani though, and Dendi's gonna have to fall back as it dissipates in the last moments. Trixie just seems like he's everywhere. Although this fight didn't really go anybody's favor other than Na'Vi just getting the tower. I really like Trixie just running. Even like a lot of times I was like, okay, once he gets his ultimate, that's when he starts running around, roaming and whatnot. He's doing that before that, so that's great to see. More action for us, I suppose.
This fight might be an ill omen for the mid game for Fnatic. I just realized, if you look at Navi's lineup, if Dendi gets farmed against Death Prophet, what do Fnatic have? So what you want to do against Death Prophet is you want to control her and you want to kill her. Okay, wait a bit. Funnick going aggressively here on fly. Yeah, that's a kill.
Battery Salt so strong, even with only
no
2
tail
units
TP'd
there.
in. He's not no tail!
Oh, no tail.
Okay,
but they didn't
we
see
need
it.
to start counting this. I think he's hitting twice as many stuns on himself as on a target right now.
At least. I feel like it's too late.
Something like that.
Start counting. Maybe somebody in chat.
He can't go in positive, you mean, anymore.
It's too late. Infinity in the favor of stunning himself. And he has absolutely no mana. He's going to put down the acid spray to try to prevent the push any further. Looks like it's going to be successful, at least for now. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Trixie, almost level 6. You would expect him to actually just pick that up real quick, but instead he's going to continue to roam.
I get the rune first.
Get that invis. Of course, he has the bottle. So double invis. Oh, in fact, he's just going to give it to Hani, who also has a bottle. Interesting. I've never seen Ursa. I guess Ursa mid makes more sense than a bottle, but
it's really good in mid because Earthshock is a great ability to push out with, and you can easily get the runes because of that. So he's playing against Death Prophet, which is going to make it harder, but still, it seems to be paying off for him. So I want to mention, just to finish off on the Death Prophet thing, what makes this hero crazy is if it doesn't get locked down and killed pretty fast, the passive damage over time from Exorcism and a couple of Crypt Swarms is absolutely crazy. So the way Fnatic are going to kill Dendi is either Ursa needs to get in and do the burst damage, or Morphling needs a shotgun build with Ethereal Blade, else I don't think they can do it. And when you look at Navi's defensive abilities they have for Dendi, they have the Ghost Ship buff, they have Cox, and they have Warcry from Sven. And speaking of mid, Ani is blocked.
This might not be worth it, and it's not going to be. Ani gets stuck. Might as well get as much farm as possible, as he's actually trying to bottle up. Puppy's like, Funnick, you can have this, good sir, and he will take it, no problem. Another thing to mention with the survivability of Dendi and the rest of the team. Dendi's eventually going to get, of course, that Yule. His fly's taking a lot of damage. Going to take a boat, not going to quite hit though. It's going to hit No-Tail, along with Trixie, I do believe. Phobos doing so much damage, getting killed. That's 2 going the way of Navi, and Dendi actually will go down to the right cliffs of Era. Very surprising. Didn't think that would be enough damage. As Funnick is going to try Era. He's going to find Era in the forest with Trixie, but nothing will come of this. At least not yet. Hookshot's available though.
Yep, they have a dust on Funnick as well, but they are being spotted by a ward here, so overall worth it for Navi, but if they stick around now, they might pay the price. They don't have Death Prophet in the area. It's going to be a 5-on-4.
No-Tail is about to stun himself
Shot's
again as the
miss.
hookshot is missing, and did I call it or what?
No-Tail.
Stormbolt on fly, along with the Torrent. Doesn't have a ship to follow it up on. Take a little damage from Arcane Bolt. No-Tail getting silenced. Doesn't really matter. It's actually going to prevent him from stunning himself, so it's probably best overall in that case. Alright, that's the last time I'm going to mention. That's probably a lie, but...
Oh boy.
Actually, this is really surprising. 10 minutes in, all 5 players for each team were at top lane together. You don't see that very often.
That's some very early aggression. I think this favors Navi though, because if you look at Fnatic's lineup, you said it early that their lineup is really greedy in terms of how much farm they need. I think Navi peaks a lot earlier, so when they have the Death Prophet ulti available and the Ghost Ship, they can pretty much, if they execute well, I would give them any team fight hands down. The only thing that can stop it is if Hani gets a good initiation angle, but he doesn't have an item for it yet. He has Treads and Bottle, no Blink, no Shadow Blade, so his chances of getting in on Dendi against these heroes are pretty
Concoction.
small.
This actually might hit. It is Croak. He can't really do anything, but nice concussive shot's going to slow No-Tail a bit, but not going to save him in the end as Hani takes the last hit. The Fury Swipes just decimate a hero like that. Yeah, that's true.
That's really important now for Fnatic. They were starting to fall behind on gold by about 2,000, which is actually completely even since they're 1 tower behind, so it's just unclaimed gold for them on the map.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But I'm having a hard time seeing Fnatic taking towers without using Mass Serpent wards, and then, since Fly just got level 6 not too long ago, I don't know if they're going to get the opportunity to go and place them in a useful way. Navi are already setting up on the top lane again with both Puppy and Dendi. Dendi's going for Yules, by the way. I think Death Prophet, one of the few heroes on which it can kind of be considered for. Maybe the only one, actually. Such a great item for the hero. Move speed is great, the regen, of course, and the ability that Exorcism keeps running when you're in Yule, so you make yourself invulnerable and the ghosts keep fighting. That's kind of the main reason it's amazing on the hero.
Dendi also considers Cyclone Stick, or Yules I should say, core on Night Stalker, so a lot of heroes
he's done
can
it.
benefit.
He did it in 1 or 2 games,
yeah.
Actually in this tournament, which I was of course a big fan of seeing such the build I used to run a long time ago. And he justified it with, if you can't really fight, if you can't commit with your hero...
Goodbye, Fly. Nice knowing you, good sir. He's very deep there. I'm surprised he was so deep in the lane.
I think he wanted to go place the Serpent wards.
Did he now? Didn't quite get that. Didn't quite get that up. Looking at his stun. Funnick actually. Wow. Funnick actually uses ultimate for that. The dust pops. Funnick is going to go down one way or another. Trixie is dusted though, so he better be careful. He is silenced. Almost gonna get out, but the right clicks again from Dendi, actually doing a decent amount of damage. They're gonna take Alchemist down as well. Hani's gonna clean up the Skywrath Mage, and here comes Era. They're actually gonna focus on completely different targets. Dendi, you're right, Hani just completely tearing through him. Absolutely no problem. Puppy has the TP, has a Stormbolt. Gonna need to use that to perfection. Okay, no, he can just TP, no problem, apparently.
Yeah, nice movement there from Puppy. Era thought he went into the side to TP, but just ran straight up the lane here. The Knight definitely playing to Puppy's advantage there, so. Was that all in all? I guess a 3 for 3 if you count the kill in the bot lane for both Scott. So not really favoring either team, I think. Maybe Na'Vi by a little bit in gold, but not in experience. And Era is staying alive. He hasn't died yet. He's going to get a tower lasted as well. So I really think we're going to see the shotgun first. I'm going to say that. We'll see if it's his choice. I think if he doesn't, they're going to miss the timing window here where they're going to have a chance at fighting Na'Vi. Funnick trying to go in together with Kuro here. Flies on.
We're going to have 2 fights at the same time. There's a Roshan fight. I don't know which stuff. Oh my god, Era. He's going to be okay. So I'm just going to go to the freaking Roshan fight. His Kabos is taking a lot of damage. He's going to get silenced. Of course, the Roshan not going either way. Of course I missed the... It's okay. It's okay, Suns fan. You can't be at 2 places at once. But
it's good that you can be the voice of me when I don't want to say it.
Hey, all right. So I will say,
it's okay, Suns fan.
As far as RNG,
2014.
as far as RNG is concerned, people know I have the worst luck. So if there's a 50-50 chance of getting the rune, I will always choose wrong, right? Same thing apparently happens with kills. 2 things are happening at once. I'm gonna like, okay, this definitely has to be a kill down here, but no, of course, other one, every single freaking time. That's okay.
If you want to watch a kill, you should follow Hani right now. Then you're probably going to catch that one.
The DD? And the Blink.
Dagger.
Oh, Dendi. No Yules yet.
Oh boy.
He can blow him up right now, but he's scared of any support.
He's hesitating. I'm surprised Hani didn't go for that one.
Very surprised as well. Trixie gonna scout it out a bit. Of course, his tier 1 tower is still up, so they're not the most maneuverability. And now that he has Yules, it's gonna be a lot harder to kill him with no stuns, considering No-Tail keeps stunning him. So, okay, that's the last time I'm gonna mention it. Fly in the meantime, available.
Is it?
In the place where their tier 1 tower used to be. And actually Smoke, I think they saw that. I think they saw that. Nope, there's no pings though. Maybe not. Could have sworn that was
saying it. Era taking a lot of damage, but he does have the Morph on.
He does. The question is his Wrestle Kit up? He's gonna get silenced. There's a negative urn charge and the stun from Puppy. And even the ultimate from Dendi being used. I guess it's worth it if they can transition to 0-1.
If you don't kill him when you use all that, you have a problem.
I'm really surprised I didn't see that Smoke. I could have sworn that was just in range, but I guess not.
I would have thought as well, but I think Arrow was already committed at that point, and it's going to be a tower trade essentially. Ursa together with Shadow Shaman just take down towers so incredibly quickly. And of course the exorcism from Na'Vi in the top lane. I don't think fnatic have a chance of anything in. They don't. One tower exchange and a much more even game than the first. This one is completely hanging in the balance so far at 16 minutes in. Blade Mail for Clockwork. What do you think about that here?
It's always good. It's always good. Well, especially against an Ursa. He will just rip through himself. But of course, Ursa eventually is going to go for a BKB, so that's going to become moot at some point in time. In fact, I guess he has the Ogre Club. I thought he would have more, actually. I'm surprised. I guess, did he go Blink after the Ogre Club? I don't think he had Blink before. I could be wrong. I must be wrong. Either way, still has the Aegis. Dendi, of course, in mid, might be in a little bit of trouble. Has the Yules to keep him alive a little bit longer. You hear the concoction going off. See how good Dendi's reactions are. Well, they don't need to be that good for that, I guess. Either way, he's going to dodge it. There's the Stormbolt Fly, taking a lot of damage. And No-Tail as well, stuck in the cogs. Along with Funnick's newly picked up Blade Mail. But Ursa will rip through Dendi after the Cyclone's up. Now his next target is Puppy. Trixie, though, getting completely blown up as well. And this is going to force Hani out completely. He is the last survivor that was in this engagement. Because, of course, Morphling is just pushing bottom. Oh, the beautiful deny from Funnick, and Era so angry. Blade now somehow off cooldown again. Era's just gonna leave him be. It's like, okay, you win this time.
How sick is this guy? What a perfectly timed TP. So I was about to say that trade might have not even been favorable for Na'Vi getting a 3-for-1 if they lost their tier 1, but getting the deny, you gotta give it to Na'Vi. That was probably a 1 fight for them overall. The bottom tier 1 tower right now for them is not that important. What's more important for them actually is getting some sort of vision, because right now fnatic are sitting with the entire map control. You can see in this area they've got 3 observers and a sentry, and Na'Vi don't have a single ward out on the map. So really need to be a little cautious. There's 4 observers on Kuro right now, so they do have them, but they're struggling to get out and place them. And if Fnatic keep containing Na'Vi here in their own half of the map, they might get to play the farm game that they want.
What do you think Dendi's going for next? I think at some point, he's probably going to need to get a Ghost Scepter. What do you think about that?
Yeah, on Death Prophet, I think it should be
Yes.
his next choice, to be honest.
Because getting like raw HP isn't very good against Ursa, obviously, and if he's going to be the main target, I mean, the Cyclone will keep you alive for what, 2 seconds? Is it 2 seconds? 2.5 seconds, but
2.5, yeah.
that doesn't buy you that much time in a lot of situations, especially that one. That was enough time for his team to get there, but Ursa had already committed. That means that Death Prophet's just going to blow up after the fact, and of course raw HP is not going to help too much there, because Ursa just eats up strength heroes. Obviously Death Prophet's not strength, but the point is made with the raw HP. Either way, yeah, Ghost Scepter would be nice.
I think it's
You can't really upgrade that to
good gear. Especially with Era's item build. When he's not going for the first item shotgun, he's not the biggest threat. So Dendi should itemize against the Ursa in particular right now, who's kind of the one he's going to be going at him all the time. And of course he can Yules Hani until Hani has the BKB. After that he's going to have to Yules himself. With a Ghost Scepter he buys so much time that Hani can't even take the one-on-one, because with the combined duration of the Yules and himself as well as the Ghost Scepter, the X is just going to kill Hani for full HP. Oh man, talk about forcing TPs.
Absolutely, but they're not going to cash into it.
Getting out.
They don't have the glimpse. That's what they don't have that they desperately
in trouble.
need.
Yeah.
Mega kill!
I guess the blink helps a
Hani
little
with
bit.
another haste. This is one of the best 3 heroes in the game to have a haste on. Ursa is absolutely insane with
Who are
it.
the other two?
I would say Batrider is completely nuts with it as well in the early game, so you can just keep flying over heroes with napalm on them and they can never turn to you. Wait a bit on that, no tail.
Can't wait, kids, otherwise he's gonna dodge the stun again. No tail and Fly. Fly's gonna be the first to die. Poor No Tail, man, he cannot get a stun off to save his life. Really, it's gotta be the surprise factor on Dendi, because every time we've seen that happen, he's had plenty of time to dodge it, and actually he might stun himself again if he's not careful. Yes, he is. Will
That
deny
was lucky.
himself.
Pretty
Alrighty.
fortunate.
His favor. Sometimes killing yourself works out.
And that's
Keep
awesome.
that
I
in
wanted
mind.
to give a quick shout out to FOTU Viking us for winning a prize on that. He's actually a subscriber on my stream. It's pretty legit.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations, and of course to the 2 others, Skidaw as well as some sort of sign 2, some sort of sign, for winning that. So
That's a cool
Fnatic
thing to keep track
giving
of, though,
items
is
to
the,
their fans
denies.
here.
Yeah.
It's suicide. Actually, Na'Vi kind of played a bigger role in that than No Tail did, to be fair. But regardless, items going to the fans.
Pixie, looking to engage on Chavos. The backup is not quite here, though.
Dire's
Era.
middle tower is under attack.
With the help of Era, they definitely get. I mean, his BKB is off cooldown. Oh, he can actually cancel
Chavos.
it with his Shoryuken, and the slows and the track. He's actually just gonna 1v1 him, but alas, the support is
BKB
eventually
in
gonna
5
be here. The
seconds?
sheath,
Nope.
the shackle to follow, I'm sure. And goodbye, Chavos. Nice knowing you, good sir. Double, I didn't even realize, double bracer on Puppy, just going for the very economical tanky build, I guess you could say, for a support hero. Manta's actually picked up on...
Yeah, that makes the Ghost Scepter on Dendi even better. Now it's even more that he could have asked for. Morphling is going for a right-click build, at least for now.
How often do you see Manta first? Like, I feel like that's almost never.
It's pretty rare, but it's very good in this game because he wants to have a way of breaking Lincoln's skill, and I don't think he can rely on Lincoln's for that, because Skywrath Mage also has Arcane Bolt, which is like a 2-second cooldown on level 4, and he can just remove Lincoln's with that every single time before silencing.
Did you mention that Dendi did pick up the Ghost Scepter officially?
I don't know, I just saw it, and
Okay.
he's had it for a while even, because he's got
And he has a
600
gem.
gold on top of that. It's gonna be
Well, he
really
likes saving
damn
his money.
good here.
He's just gonna eventually stack these creeps, I'm sure. Has the gem, so expect a lot of counter warding, but of course there's not... Actually, I was gonna say, no, I was looking at the wrong wards. There are quite a bit of wards. Actually, one just ran out. This is the main one. But I don't think that's gonna be counter ward, as that's gonna expire as well. So, and this is the thing to keep in mind. This is the only ward up now for Fnatic. If they place the wards, they will get denied immediately, and they don't know Dendi has a gem. So, and actually they just placed one, so we'll see if this comes into effect or not. But Dendi, of course, has a lot of evadability. I guess, is that a word, evadability? Sure. Hook shot.
It's called elusiveness.
Onto Trixie along with the dust. Trixie trying to right click. Surprised that the blade that wasn't used. There it goes. I don't know why that wasn't used right off the bat. Phonic's actually gonna die here. Concoction's gonna hit. Getting extremely low. Will fall to Fly's Shark.
spirit guide.
That was an interesting choice not to pop Blade Mill right away. Maybe perhaps was waiting for more backup from fnatic.
Might have also just forgotten it. It's
Okay, that's also a possibility.
I think the real problem there for fnatic was that Trixie had an Illo rune, so he could buy so much time with that against the battery assault. I'm not sure if fnatic was aware of it. I don't know if he saw Trixie picking up that rune. But when you go in like that with clock 1-on-1, you can't kill a hero with an illusion unless you get ridiculously lucky on the battery assault. Or if Trixie fights back completely into the blade mail, but if he sees that being popped, he's just gonna stand still and wait. And mistake on fnatic's part. He's played a really good game so far though, so there might be space for that kind of a misplay, but not too many. It was a track kill. And each of those, of course, give fnatic a really significant advantage if they manage to get enough.
Gold is very even, only a 500 advantage for fnatic. Experience, though, a little bit more in their favor, 1500. Still not that big of a lead overall. I mean, the top farmer right now is Morphling, which is huge. And this is without something like a Midas, which we've seen. I guess Era himself hasn't been picking up Midases, but especially yesterday. The rest of the team, no Midas gaming today, surprisingly. Surprising to say that. Was not expecting that, to say the least. But of course, Kunkka number 2, but Ursa number 3. So I'm surprised that Dendi is 4th. Thought it'd be a lot higher than this.
Yeah, he's died 4 times and has 2 kills and 5 assists, so he's lacking a little bit on that account. I still think he has enough. The thing that matters is that he doesn't get one shot. As long as he manages to get stuff off. Oh, Hani's going in!
Oh, Hani pops his BKB, which means the Blade Mail is completely useless. There goes the wards. We're gonna watch Dendi with his ultimate doing work. The ship coming in, Kavos is gonna use the buff to his advantage. Shadow comes to the first of all. Era getting blown up! That is a one fight for Navi overall. As fnatic is on the run, Hani
Now the
doesn't
Rex
have
is
blink for
ready.
another 8 seconds. No tail. Is he gonna deny himself?
Do it
No,
again?
he's
No.
one for fnatic. Maybe you should try to deny yourself. The one time.
Worked
Wanna
last
keep-
time, right?
Yeah, exactly. So Navi taking the 3-0 exchange. It's not a very fair exchange, to say the least. Hani. That was a really good initiation from
The
Hani.
Death Prophet ult.
There too.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird commitment because his team wasn't with him. The initiation was pretty good itself, but there wasn't enough follow-up, and you just saw during the duration of that fight, Dendi's ultimate. Like you said, Arrow just got blown up. When he got caught out, he just disappeared. And this is a big fight for Navi. Not only do they get 3 kills, but they also get the tower, they get the next rune secured as well, and they see Roshan spawned. So they've kind of got everything they needed out of that. Now they just need to wait for the next exorcism and prevent Hani from going on road.
I think the main reason, in my eyes at least, that Era went for Manta right away is because if you initiate, let's say you go for Glass Cannon, shotgun build, and you get silenced by Death Prophet, you have absolutely no way to take that off. So the Manta is pretty much just for the silence, I would think. Of course, I believe he used it before the silence, because I noticed that he was silenced right away, and is, of course, Morph will
There
continue
are
to
more silences, so you have to
that is
choose
true.
which one, right?
That is true. The Arcane... I can never remember the freaking name of
Ancient
this.
Seal.
God, the Arcane Seal. Let's just call it that. Please, let's change the name. Let's make it easier for me. Tier 2 tower's gone.
Skywrath Silent.
It's dirty.
Dyer's bottom tower
I love you
has
too.
fallen.
Another tower going down for Navi here, so they're now ahead by, let's see, 2 towers on the map, only missing the top tier 2 before they've cleaned up all the outer towers. Another rune as well, going to be spotted out here. And
Wow. Look at the gold. Just in that one fight. 3
Yeah.
kills. It was
3 kills and 2
basically even.
towers, to be fair.
True.
But the experience is kind of looking similar. So these fights right now are crucial, and the fact that Havost is getting as much as he is, we've talked a lot about Dendi, but let's think about later on in the game, the way Fnatic's lineup is constructed, they need to get in close with absolutely all their heroes. That's when Tidebringer gets insane, because he's always going to have multiple heroes in the arc of that, very easily going to do massive damage. And as long as he gets the ghost ship off, I mean, as you said, he doesn't even need to hit it, to be honest. It's just get buff on Dendi so he stays alive, takes all the fire, and Havost just slowly but steadily runs around and kills everyone off. It might not be so slow when he gets to Daedalus soon, then it might be really fast.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's gonna deal quite a bit of damage. Dendi almost done with the sheep stick. Well, I say almost, about 1,000 away, but considering the map control that they have now with that, actually he's using Exorcism to take out this, it's only a triple stack, I'm not sure you even needed that, but they want to make sure that they don't run into anybody, and even if they do, the Exorcism will do quite a bit of damage. But of course fnatic has absolutely no idea because of this map control for Navi. And look at Hani, poor guy, he's just stuck in the forest, not sure even which direction to go. I'm not sure if he knows if there. Either way, they're gonna clean up the Ancients as a team.
I feel like it's worth using the Exorcism on this, not for the sake of only getting the farm, but more for the sake of Fnatic not getting it. So they put so much effort into getting this triple stack here, and Navi stealing it with the cooldown like that, it's back again in 70, so unless if a Roshan fight breaks out right now, they're gonna be fine. And the fact is, like you said, Fnatic don't even know it happened, so they're gonna assume Dendi has ult ready.
Was the cooldown change on Exorcism recently? Wasn't that a buff or something?
I don't think so. It could be.
Okay, I could be wrong. I thought there might have been a small tweak.
I don't recall that.
Leveling, but I guess
possible.
not. Era working towards his next item of choice. He has 4,000 gold. Looks like he might pick up something here. Perhaps. Oh, not gonna do so. What do you think he goes for next then? I mean, if you don't go, do you still go shotgun at some point?
It's starting to get hard to itemize now. I think we saw last fight, if he goes for, even the Manta isn't enough, he might need a secondary defensive mechanism, so either a Linken's or a BKB could be the choice, but then he doesn't...
I think a BKB would be a great choice.
He doesn't have enough damage then, and who's gonna kill Dendi if not Ursa? Then only Ursa can do it, and they're gonna control him with the Hogs like did in the past. It's a nice Roshan taken here by Fnatic using the smoke to their advantage. Navi were not prepared for that.
This is gonna be one advantage they'll have all game is Roshan. They will kill him within sub 10 seconds every time, so Navi has to be completely on the ball. But right now it's not that big of a deal to them because again they have complete map control. A smoke has to be used just to kill, I say just to kill Roshan, but I guess that's a pretty big deal. But that means one less smoke to actually be used to gank, to try to pick off somebody from Navi and dissuade them from pushing. Speaking of that, Exorcism is popped. Fortification can be used by Fnatic, and this is going to delay the inevitable. This tower is looking very dead. No Tail getting ready for his concoction. There's the BKB by Morphling. I think it's a necessary choice, although you're right, the damage is... I mean, where's the damage going to come from? A lot of...
No
actually, nice deny from No Tail.
He had to punch it twice, but no one else was hitting it, so he did get it. I think wise from Navi to back out here. Exorcism is ending. They got what they came for. Actually really shows what kind of position they're in this game. They just lost Roshan, and they were still... Against an Aegis, Fnatic didn't even want to fight inside their own base, so really shows that Navi are in a very good position right now, and Fnatic need to be careful. I think their plan now is to get Era another item before they fight. If Alliance, or yeah, that's right. If Navi allow it, I don't know where that came from. Then
okay.
Yeah, if Navi allow it, I think they want Era to get another damage item, and I don't think it's going to be the shotgun now because with this kind of defensive item build, now he can go for a really hardcore damage build. I think either a Butterfly or a Scotty now would probably fulfill the purpose he needs here. I just don't know if he has the time, to be honest. I think Navi are going to push with every single ultimate. They're going mid again, 30 seconds on Dendi.
I think Scotty's probably the best shot. You're not going to get much use out of the evasion because Death Prophet's ult will not miss. Kunkka's splash will not miss. I think
true.
Scotty's a great
Sven
choice.
isn't carry building anyway.
I mean, you don't need to go pure damage on Era, obviously, just because of his innate ability to give himself stats. Or switch them around, I should say. Now, Dendi's ult is up in 5 seconds. Track's gonna be placed. X marks the spot. Oh, where that is. Along with the shift, Fly's gonna go down right away. No Tail's gonna stun himself yet again. Nothing new there. That is 2 down right off the bat. As Dendi's gonna continue the pressure upon these racks. Trixie getting low just to creeps at this point. This is a dead rack, to say the least. Not a lot that can do. No Tail bought back for this. Not really gonna get anything out of his investment. Hyperstone. Well, it's probably going for an assault, I would assume. Trixie almost, he might go down to these, he is gonna go down the Clockwork. That was a little ballsy, trying to get off the last track for not sure what reasoning, but either way it'll get him killed. And we haven't seen, okay, I have to say this before you go. We have not seen the Clockwork Ancient Apparition, or not Ancient, the Clockwork Skywrath Mage combination yet.
I think it's been used once, but we caught the tail end of it. Or maybe Kuro wasn't level 6 yet then, that's actually possible. I think I saw it one time top on Era, but they didn't... That's the time when Navi ended up rotating like 5 heroes.
But we didn't see it with the Clockwork Cogs, I don't think, do we?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. But
so
you're right, we've seen it very little compared to how much it could have been, especially when we saw it picked up so early for Navi.
Who was it that picked up the same combo in this tournament? And it worked out really well. It might have been Fnatic, actually.
That was team that beat an Anti-Mage. No, they had Nick Skyrim, I think. And that was Liquid against... Was it fnatic? Don't remember. But yeah, we had something similar. That was Nick's Skywrath though, I think. Did we see Clock Sky?
I thought we did.
We might have. It's been quite a few games after all. It's hard to keep them all inside your head. So,
Like my head.
Na'Vi now with level 16 on Dendi, 15 seconds cooldown on the ult. They're just gonna go again. And this time fnatic have no choice but commit really early on. If they don't kill Dendi, the game is over.
Look at the Na'Vi courier. That is one tanky courier, man. Holy crap. Jesus Christ.
25 armor items on it.
Is that a finished Shiva? No, Dendi still needs the Mystic stat. I think that's his Shivas, right? One of them is.
I think it's interesting he goes for that instead of some more raw health, but at the end of the day, as long as he has some more survivability against the physical damage, I guess it doesn't really matter too much more.
He pops the Exorcism, and this is going to be the last stand for fnatic. If they lose this, they're in all likelihood going to lose this game. Oh, nice! Silent No-Tail's going to, again, stun himself. The story of this game, and Skywrath Mage will blow him to smithereens. Although that would have been more fitting for somebody like Kunkka, because the word smithereens is a very pirate thing to say. Although he's Terminator this game, so I stand corrected. Era going to use an adaptive strike to keep Puppy at bay, but he's going to be just fine. And Dendi's also down now.
Maybe fnatic can try to fight. I think they have to. If they just wait again, now we're going to be like, fine, we got 3/4 of your tower, we got a kill. Let's see in 60 seconds what's going to happen then.
I'm surprised they're not bringing the couriers
I think
over.
fnatic are hesitating too much. I don't think they can afford to play it like this.
Is Chavos's assault not done? I guess he doesn't have the recipe yet.
He's really close to his. I guess that's what the courier's waiting for.
About
right now.
300 away, 350 away from finishing that assault. Of course, the Aegis is about to be reclaimed.
Yeah, they even have an Aegis that they're not using. That's another good point. I mean, I think fnatic are playing too passively for their own good here. They really have to try at least use the Aegis to try and take a fight, and then if they lose it, it's over, but if they don't, it's over anyway.
It's too late. Well, I think that Na'Vi knows the timing, and it's way too late now. Aegis to be reclaimed. I mean, at this point, even with buyback money, not going to be enough for Aaron. He needs to just go all out and gift his items. Of course, he doesn't have that much gold right now. Force snap on fly is not going to quite get him over the cliff. I'm not actually sure who used that. Concoction is going to hit a hero, but to no avail, at least not yet. Poor No-Tail, getting silenced left and right, even getting him a down
hard game for Skywrath. I mean, for Alchemist, let's be honest. He's had a rough time.
Yeah.
I feel like his rotations early on made sense, and he was so close to getting all the stuns off and missed them. But then here in the mid-late game, he's playing against double silence, X, tons of stuns, X mark. There's so many things to hold very hard. Here we go.
X marks, nice dodge from Eric, gonna pop his BKB, but he's stuck in the wards! Oh, but he's gonna pop his Manta to at least get out of them. But again, a lot of time wasted. Trying to pop his Blade Bell in the meantime. There's been a nice stun on Hani. Hani's almost gonna go down, Puppy's not quite in range. He uses Warcraft to try to stay in range. Kavos and the rest of Na'Vi are gonna take this tower, if not more. Kavos actually might go down to the adaptive strike, and he does, but Eric gets stunned, and he's gonna get blown up to the Skywrath Mage. Triple kill for Dendi. His ultimate's not up anymore. And Hani and Fly trying to save this game from fnatic, and they might actually save this Rax, and they do! Triple kill going the way of Hani.
And he didn't even need to buy back for that, right? He actually escaped earlier on with 2% health or something, went back to Fountain, healed fast, and went out again, so... Yes, they do defend, and, you know, it just makes you wonder that fnatic finally go at this point. Why did they not do that while they had the Aegis? This fight actually went okay for them, and I think they had similar scenarios earlier where they could have gone in, and... It's just a shame, because Arrow would have lived here, I think, if they tried that.
Hani did buy back.
Oh, he did buy back?
Yeah.
Okay, so... How many buybacks? Okay, both Hani and Era have bought back, and Trixie. So, triple buyback, actually.
Expensive. I feel like, not that it matters in the long run here, because I think Na'Vi has this, I mean, they have to make some major mistakes to lose this game, but if they had the Assault and the Shivas, if they just waited for the Courier, because they both basically had them done, this game would be over now. But, can it be extended a little bit longer? But of course, a lot of that has to do with the buybacks on fnatic side, which they're not going to have in all likelihood for the next fight. Assault, there we go. Officially picked up by Chavost. And Shivas as well on Dendi. I didn't realize he had finished that as well, but it's completed as advertised now. So, fnatic. I mean, the only real advantage they have, even without map control, is Roshan. So they just have to wait for that. It's going to have cheese this time as well.
But that ward from Na'Vi right here is just giving everything away. getting so much intel out of this. They're gonna get... If they initiate on Hani here and kill him, the game is over.
Oh, Clockwork Bolt gonna miss? I believe so. Trixie's gonna pop his BKB, the wards are down. Fly's basically stunned for an eternity. Denny's actually already at half HP. Kavos is on the other side of the trees here. Pops his BKB. Look at the splash damage! Almost takes out 3 in one swoop! But Hani will attempt to finish him off. Kavos has another splash in 2 seconds. The Torrent's gonna be up. It's gonna hit. Not quite gonna hit. And Sven's gonna take a kill on the back end. Hani trying to go for Kavos, but I think one splash might actually be enough to get the kill. A nice Dendi Cyclone use
Nice
on
Dendi.
Hani. A nice Dendi, very good. Hani in the meantime gets blown up. No buyback. That should be GG if they continue to push this lane.
Man, I've seen many nice Dendis in my casting. That was really a nice Dendi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh man.
He's a noun, an adjective, a verb. He's everything, man. That's how good he is.
Yeah, you also called him the Dendi yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah.
Or
Well, not
Sigma,
yesterday.
I think.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah, that
attack.
is gonna be the second lane of Rax and more, yeah, as expected. The GG call does come out from Fnatic, so...
Hello.
Yeah, I wouldn't say this was definitely not as one-sided as the first game was for Fnatic, but still, just from the draft and from the lineup and how Navi executed this, I felt like this game was going to go this way from the about 10 to 15 minute mark onwards. Just their raw teamfight potential, the tank ability of the heroes, and the fact that Fnatic really went super greedy. And I feel like the support